So, good afternoon to all the participants of this particular online short course on remote sensing and GIS applications in atmospheric and oceanic hazards. So, I am CM Bhatt, a working as scientist in Disaster Management Studies Department, and today I'll be speaking on the topic given GeoWeb portals for disaster management support and applications. And in my talk, I'll try to cover various portals from where we can get the data sets, especially the open source portals from where we can download, visualize, or access those tools which can help our uh, cause for the particular disaster which we are interested in. So coming, because any kind of hazard we are trying to address, we require data. Data is the backbone of all kind of analysis, and without data we cannot build information, and without information we cannot take any knowledge-based action. So for any phase of disaster, whether we speak about the pre-event, that is the mitigation preparedness, or the post-event, that is the response and rehabilitation, we require data. And that if we have data, we can convert it into a meaningful knowledge-based information. And from that, we can have a decision-based making. So before I go proceed further, because once we speak about any disaster we should be aware of the latest disaster management framework that is in place. It is called the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction. So all disaster, whether it is atmospheric, oceanic, or land-based, all are covered within this. This is a blueprint. It is a strategic document, signed by all the countries, wherein this document says that we have to reduce the mortality, affected people, economic losses, damage to critical infrastructure, but we have to increase. More countries should have their national and local disaster risk reduction strategies, enhance international cooperation. The most important is that the data regarding hazards should be made available and access, including the early warning for better disaster risk information and assessment. And it also has four priorities. The Sendai framework has four priorities, and the priority number one says understanding disaster risk, or even for matter if you say priority two, priority three, priority four, all require information, and that based upon that information only we can have and we can implement our disaster management strategies on ground. And one of them is to understand the disaster risk, and risk only can be understood if we have the hazard information, if we have the exposure, if we have the vulnerability. So we require a lot of data while we are trying to address priority one, or if we want to address the global targets to make more data accessible. And it is in this line the geospatial information becomes very important, because these disasters are regional. They have a very wide landscape. When a cyclone impacts, or we have atmospheric pollution, or we have earthquake, its dimension is very large. We require a lot of geospatial information. That means that information should have the coordinates where on the ground it is located. Then it should have attribute data to supplement and make it more meaningful. So we require non-spatial data, spatial data, and if we are able to analyze in a geographic framework, we are in a better position to have informed decision making, to have our action plans. And these days we have a lot of sources of information, whether from satellite, GPS, maps, and various other sources have emerged to collect this geospatial information. Now there are some developments also happening in field of disaster monitoring. The because of this frameworks, Sendai framework, free access to satellite data is what the global community is trying to promote. So you are seeing most of the data is now becoming free. Crowdsourcing, collecting data by crowdsourcing, because when the disaster scale is very wide, it is not possible for one person to collect data. We require number of persons, and because of penetration of mobiles into every corner, this crowdsourcing helps us. Cloud computing is another field where we are gaining or seeing very much significant improvement, because cloud computing helps us to overcome the problems that we have to do in with our single standalone systems. And that is why you are seeing, we see the emergence of Google Earth engine. If we are seeing, if we have to analyze the spatial data, so the computation happens on the cloud. You do not require software, you do not require no very high end machines at your end, except you require internet connection and a computer to work upon. Analysis ready products, that is also now becoming more important, because the user should get more ready made products than he being analyzing the products or the data himself. Application of unmanned aerial vehicles and drones is becoming more important. Application of artificial intelligence and machine learning is gaining importance for any kind of disasters. And more of apps and dashboards are becoming more popular these days, and people are trying to access or exchange information through these apps and dashboard. So this is what is latest happening in this field of disaster monitoring. Now I'll just giving this background, I'll just try to cover various sources from international perspective and from Indian perspective, what various portals that give us various kind of information. So I'll start with the alerts. There is one, and if possible, I'll try to show you somewhere if I can go live to the websites also. So we have Pacific Disaster Center (PDC) and Global Disaster Alert and Coordination System (GDEX). This is a portal that is run by European Commission. So this portal, gives information of all the disasters that are happening globally. The moment like a cyclone develops, you can go to their website. They will know. If I am able to just, okay, this is a page. If you go to their website, I have given the link of this website. Once you go to their site, you can click, you can see on the globe wherever all drought, cyclone, floods, tsunami, earthquake, whatever is happening, latest will be shown to their website. Like I have just clicked over here on this place, Red Tropical Cyclone Judy 23. This is happening on 3rd of March 2023. You can access, once the cyclone gets developed, you can get all information about the cyclone, whether it is from social media, whether it is from Twitter, Facebook, or whether it is emerging from the satellite images, or whether it is emerging from any scientific organization. All information you will find compiled in a very meaningful manner, and also some of the information like your cyclone tracks and other information also you can find in KML format. Along that, you can find the information, like if you go and click on this website, you can find the precipitation that is happening, the population that will be going to be impacted. So you can just click on that, and their colors shows the intensity. Red means it is super cyclone or of high intensity. Yellow, orange means it is moderate, and if it is green, it is means it is just developed. So you can just go to their website and see more details. If possible, I'll try to go more into that. Next, so there is one more site, PDC. You can just click to this site. I'll share this site, and you can see they also provide multi-hazard warning and decision support tools of all data, not only atmospheric, but all major disasters that are happening around the globe are put into their web portal. And they are, it is basically alert site. The moments they see, they get the forecast, they put it over there. Or some events like earthquakes, event-based earthquakes which happen, they put them on their portal. So you can even subscribe to their site to get alerts into your email. Then disaster monitoring. Once you have the alert kind of mechanism with you, you need to monitor. Then you require different kind of portals. Like if you are monitoring flood, there is Dartmouth Flood Observatory. If you are monitoring earthquake, there is USGS site which provides information on the earthquakes. If you have rainfall, you have from JAXA Global Rainfall Watch System is there. Apart from there, you have from Giovanni, you have different kind of precipitation layers. Cyclone, if you're interested in cyclone, there is CIMSS tropical cyclone, this particular website which provides information on the track intensity. And apart from, there is one more site called cyclocane. For forest fires, there is one more site, active fire data. It provides earth data from nasa.gov. From NASA side, it provides active fire products from the moderate resolution imaging spectroradiometer MODIS using visible imaging radiometer suit VIRS 375 meter. So there are a number of this is the site that I was speaking about for floods. You can go to the Dartmouth Observatory. Here you can find the latest floods that are happening, and they provide you output as a shapefile. Whatever floods they map, they provide it as a shapefile on a grid based mechanism. You can download those shapefiles. You can go to your area of interest and you can download the shapefiles. Whatever inundation has happened, and it is from last, I think, 1985 or onwards. They have the records of the major floods till date they will have. This is one more site for tropical cyclone that I had given in the table. You can go to their site and see, they can provide you the latest cyclones that are developing. Like we saw that this cyclone Judy that is happening somewhere, on the eastern coast of Australia. You can click on the cyclone to have more information about the track, when the landfall will be there, what is the ocean sea surface temperature, all that kind of information that you are more interested. And you can also have background satellite imagery to have you can have that kind of information. One more site is from that cyclocane. If you go to this particular site, it has some more kind of details. It allows you to visualize from the satellite images how this cyclone is developing, how the eye of the cyclone is moving, where the cyclone is moving, and together with their vectors of the track, what kind of winds are happening, all that they classify, and you can see the satellite and storm details in from the perspective of satellite images. Earthquake, as I said, if you want to monitor earthquake, you have to go to USGS site. You can see all the earthquakes that are happening, and you can click on those particular earthquakes to have more information. Similarly, that for rainfall, you can go to JAXA Global Rainfall Watch System. It provides you, all kind of 12-hour rainfall accumulation, 24-hour, 72-hour rainfall accumulation. So you can see how where the rainfall is, your rainfall forecast, where the heavy rainfall is expected, in which places. You can even download those kind of, it allows you to, for particular section, you can zoom in and download as an, file information about regarding those rainfall information. Then once you are able to get those particular sites, but you also want to see yourselves, suppose those are the sites that are providing you as a product, but you also are also interested to download a certain kind of images to see yourself what is happening, or you want to do some kind of modeling, or you want to have your own assessment. Then there are various open source portals which are providing you satellite data sets and derived products. So very popular is USGS Earth Explorer, where you will get lot of no, it is a warehouse and source of free and open access satellite data from different space Earth observation missions. So you can download those data sets, including very some of the very old images, like from you can get from Landsat, you can get from Sentinel, you can get from various other Similarly, you have Copernicus Open Access Hub, all the European Space Agency, that is these days we are seeing Sentinel data sets are all allowed to be downloaded or free of cost from this particular site. So you can download a lot of data from that is coming from ESA, including UMETSAT and ECMWF. So they are made freely available. Then these are from the perspective of satellite images as a satellite product, or some kind of weather based weather model based weather research forecast products. But you also have, sometime you want to have your some assessment regarding where you require elevation of the area. So you can download SRTM DM from that free global DM from SRTM, available at 30 and 90 meter, can be downloaded from this particular site. Even from USGS site you can download that DM. So this is the just a screenshot I have taken, because to switch from main site to again to portals, it will take time. So I have put the screenshot over here. So this is the site where you need to register yourself, and you can download freely the suite of data sets and data provided by Sentinel-1, Sentinel-2, Sentinel-3, Sentinel-5P. One is for SAR kind of data sets, two is for optical, Sentinel-3 is for altimetry data, which is a which you get gauge heights or sea height from the virtual ground stations, and 5 is for all kind of atmospheric products which you get from this particular site. So Sentinel-1, as I saw it, it is for SAR constellation, which you provide SAR data sets. Sentinel-2 for optical. Sentinel-3 measures sea surface topography, sea and LS, land surface temperature, etc. For ocean forecasting systems, environmental monitoring and climate monitoring, you require Sentinel-3. Sentinel-4 for key air quality, trace gases and aerosols at high spatial resolution and with a fast revisit time. Sentinel-5, 5P also focus on air quality. This, you can go to these products. So this is the site of Sentinel where you can download, just this example where you can download the Sentinel-1A and 1B products. You can go to their site. You can give the date where you are interested, what kind of product you want, and you can download the images. It will show you the browse, the path, whether it is falling over your area or not. You can download these images at your machine for analysis. This is what I was speaking about, Sentinel 5P, Copernicus Sentinel 5P satellite from the European Union Copernicus program. So, this satellite is equipped with the TROPME instrument, that is tropospheric monitoring instrument, with sensors in the ultraviolet, visible, near, and shortwave infrared to monitor ozone, methane, formaldehyde, and this carbon monoxide, nitrous oxide, sulfur oxide. So all these data sets in a form of images are provided, and these you may have been seen during the COVID time. We had seen a lot of such images where they were able to show that during COVID time a lot of reduction in the atmospheric, the pollution was happening wherever the transportation or the industrial machine units were closed down. This is the picture or screenshot of USGS site where you can go and again give your requirements. You can enter the dates what you are interested, and you can download the data sets. Then once you are able to download these images or the products, you also need some kind of tools to analyze your data or whatever information you are having. So there are in geospatial domain. So there are a number of tools now available. I have mentioned some of them, but you have QGIS. It is an open source GIS processing software which can be downloaded, and it is free of cost. You can do various GIS operation, vector, as well as including raster operations. Then from Sentinel, if you want to process Sentinel data sets, this ESA has provided Snap software that is called Sentinel's application platform. This can also be downloaded, which supports all its missions to be processed. Then if you are interested in some kind of hydrological modeling or simulation, you have HECRAS, Hydrologic Engineering Center's River Analysis System, HECRAS, which allows you to simulate different kind of inundation, and you can do one-dimensional steady flow, one and two-dimensional unsteady flow calculation, sediment transport. So there are a number of softwares, including the stormwater management model. If you're interested in urban hydrology or sediment transportation, so this kind of software is there. Apart from there are many other software like BRAD to process the altimetry data. So there is a extensive list of these softwares. We have one publication I'll be showing at the last where we have almost brought 120 portals which can be useful for various kind of hazards. This is the QGIS. If you can download, it is a free and open source software. If you can download, you can open this is an example of Sentinel image for one of the country. It has been downloaded and the images has been opened. And at the backdrop, you can open the base map. You need not also have base map. Base map is also provided by the software. You can add it as a WMS service, and you can swipe and you can do your analysis, all kind of operations. There are a number of tools. This is Snap software where this software can be downloaded. You have to have some registration is required before downloading. Then once you have a tool, you have satellite images, you have products, you also want to now integrate your information with some base data. Finally, your info, like if you have some image where you have cyclone inundation, but you have extracted the inundation, but you need to integrate your information with some base and thematic data. So you need to download some kind of this thematic information. So there are a number of open sites which support you, like you have GADM, global administrative boundaries. This is this provides all global, any country you can download the administrative boundary up to the state level using their using their portal. It can allows you to download in the shapefile format, also in the KMZ format. Then you have grid population world data. This can also be downloaded. Then there is MODIS global land cover. Of course, there are many land cover maps have come in the recent times from ISRO and other things. Then soil database, OpenStreetMap, and including our ISRO, we have Bhuvan Geo portal, which also provides number of administrative boundaries to be used. This is example of from GADM, the first portal that I was speaking about, GADM. If you go to this portal, this see if I'm interested in some country, I have taken example of Myanmar. I can download the country boundary, then there for the second level boundary, third level, and even to the I think to the village level they have provided. So this database, free of cost for any part of the globe, can be downloaded, because finally whatever hazard information, like for cyclone you are trying to assess, but you need to integrate which blocks or which tehsils or which villages or which districts are mainly affected, or what is the area of the impact. Then you need to have such kind of administrative boundaries. These administrative boundaries are many of the portals are providing. If we are aware, we can download. We need not we can have easy access. Once you are able to get these kind of boundaries or information with you, we also think of visualizing the data. So whatever data we are getting to, so that we can have a better perspective or better understanding. So there are many portals like Google Earth. It provides you can visualize the data in keeping your terrain or digital elevation model at the backdrop, or Bhuvan portal. So there are a number of portals, you can where they allow you to have a 3D visualization of the terrain. You can see how the terrain is, how the coast and the sea are aligned. That way you can have. So they also allow you to have like Google allows you to have historical images also, and DM also. At the same time, you can there are a number of tools also to have different kind of some kind of analysis also. It can provide. Apart from that, there are these days there are UN assigned crowdsourcing application is there. If you go to this particular portal, it allows you to download some app which allows you to collect data from the field. This is an open source app to collect data. It facilitates collection of photos, assessment, and geolocated text messaging in the field. Works over low bandwidths. Even it allows you. There are other kind of portals which I was earlier speaking about. These days the trend is to have analysis ready products. I'll come later to this global service water explorer. So one of the portal I was speaking about here was Google Earth Engine also in this. Now G, it provides you the power of cloud computing. It has a vast inventory of data sets. Huge number of data sets are getting loaded into this portal, and the user can use these images. It can call various kind of already existing algorithms into that particular portal and do its analysis, whatever it is interested in. But you need to have a registered login into this particular account. So I just give you an example of this particular portal. If you are registered, if you know how to work with this portal, like these are Sentinel-1 SAR images. So you do not require storage, you do not require very good system, you do not require any image processing software, GIS processing software. Time downloading and processing is all what is not required, which was required conventionally. So in this case, I have processed 19 scenes. We have processed of Sentinel-1 SAR of over Bihar for flood season. And within 15 seconds, all outputs we are able to see the flooding. We are able to do our apply our algorithm and see wherever the floods are happening. And I only need to download this particular layer. If I am interested, I can download this particular layer, and that it allows you to download in your your Google Drive. You can download simple layer, because these images it is only I am trying to analyze for getting this output. So I need not store these images with my machine. I am interested only this particular layer, which I can download and which can be maximum of some MBs. But this data, if I store, it may be in GBs. One scene itself is in 1+ GB. So if you are analyzing 19 scenes, that means you require 19 GB of space. So this allows, and even you can write such kind of scripts which allows you to get directly the area affected by floods. You can even integrate land use on the portal itself. You can analyze the population affected. All that is possible today with Google Earth Engine to classify your land use. All that can be done. You can call any of the images with the optical or microwave, any kind of data you can call and do your analysis. This is one of the example that I earlier discussed. And like these days, analysis ready products is in demand. So Global Surface Water Explorer is one of the portal that is launched this by European Commission. So this portal has more than 4 decades of data, all data in that. And in this, the beauty of this data is that it is ready-made data. You need not analyze the images or write algorithm, but you get a ready-made output which can support application like water resource management, climate modeling, biodiversity conservation, and food security. So it can be useful to any application purpose, whether he's working on oceanography part, or whether he's working on other agriculture part or climate part. Just a screenshot of that particular portal. You can find the maximum water extent. Map is a simple monochrome layer that shows maximum extent of detected water over 1984 to 2018. This also gets regularly updated, and I think to date it is up to 2021. This data is updated, so you can get which areas, maximum extent to which the water can spread in Bihar in times of flood. So this data you can directly download. You need not analyze. They have analyzed already. This is an analyzed product with some kind of accuracy checks. They have given all that metadata is available with this, and this can be downloaded for your requirements. Water transition map documents changes in water state between the first year and the last year. What was there in the last previous year and what was there in this year? So that change in the whether permanent water, new permanent, or lost, what is lost, or it is seasonal, new seasonal. So they have various kind of categories into their portal. So this product is also can be downloaded and is very useful in various kind of our water applications. One more product is there. This map shows how frequently water returns from one year to another, expressed as a percentage. In the example, one can discriminate between places that are flooded on episodic basis, that is shown in orange, and those that are regularly and therefore predictably inundated, shown in light blue. So light blue are the places which are regularly inundated, and orange are which are in on episodic basis. So they have such kind of information is there. Now, since I have shown an example on the northern side of India, you can move to a coastal side. On the coastal side, on Odisha, Andhra, how it is behaving. So this kind of data, this kind of information is very useful when you are doing some kind of planning or some kind of measurement you are trying, or some kind of key installation you are trying to build up. Then you should be, or one should be aware how that area is subject to inundation, whether it is on coast or in inland area. Then water seasonality map is there. It provides information concerning intra-annual behavior of water surfaces. It separates permanent water bodies from seasonal. So one water which is seasonal from permanent. So you can get all that kind of information, and even you can click, how the water has, how water occurrence has changed over the time, whether the water body is lost or whether the water body is gained. So water occurrence change intensity, red is where it is decreasing, green it is increasing. So you can just use this information as and even you can click on any particular pixel to see monthly water recurrence, how when the water when it was subject to inundation, how long the water was there in entire month from January to December, and an entire year how was the water in each month. And you can also click the water history over the last 15 or 20 years of the period they have analyzed. So you can, so this information is very useful, for doing water budgeting or kind of water management related any mitigation policies. Now coming to our Bhuvan Geo portal for disaster management support services. This is one of the portal from the ISRO side, which has lot of options from the disaster perspective. If you go to their homepage, that is, if you write bhuvan.nrsc.gov.in, this particular page, you have to go to disaster management services. There you will find flood, cyclone, landslide, earthquake, forest fire, drought. And flood is a very, this is a very active page. These floods are monitored right from the onset of the flood, that is from the May end. They start the center at Hyderabad, that is one of the center of ISRO at Hyderabad, that is called Decision Support Center. It starts monitoring floods, cyclones as they happen. So you will get all past cyclones that are mapped by that center. You can get the cyclone track. You will get the past extent of inundation, and also date wise inundation. You can go, you can find each date how the floods have been, whether the cyclone due to inundation due to cyclone was increasing or receding, or how what was the maximum extent. So a lot of information is there, and if any cyclone is upcoming, then also this page will upload the cyclone track. And from the resources available on the Bhuvan page, they will try to give a zone on the, which is on the landfall side, which areas are will have more potential to be get affected, land use, schools, those kind of buildings. So all the kind of information will be available. You can also explore the flood monitoring. It has a lot of many information. All those flood that happens in the current monsoon season, all information, after getting the satellite, within 2 hours the information is generated and uploaded to this particular portal. So all kind of floods for all states. So you can just go to that portal. I will not go from this side, but you can go and see yourself. Example, I just show you from cyclone Hudud track. This is the Bhuvan page. So you can, before the cyclone was started developing, so cyclone track was made onto that. Then for preparedness, before the cyclone made landfall, already such kind of preparedness, because cyclone Hudud was some of the on a bigger intensity, it was expected to make a landfall. So what schools are there, roads, tanks, bridges, land use, hospitals, all information was provided on the portal as a part of preparedness, so that all important network of roads or schools or tanks, or whatever the management bodies on the ground can use or can make use of such data for their preparedness, was provided onto the portal. And also so, and once the cyclone made the landfall, we started getting images from Indian satellite, and also from the charter. We started like 15 October 2014, morning 6 hours, evening 6 hours we had one pass. 10:30 we had morning, we had pass. Then 14 morning evening, 13th morning evening, because these are microwave satellites, so they have morning evening pass. And also because charter is activated sometimes, so you get a lot of data sets from foreign satellites. So we were able to map all the inundation that was happening around on the coast of Andhra, Visakhapatnam, Srikakulam, Vizag Nagaram, East Godavari. So these were mapped. And also the maps like cyclone inundation persistence, where the inundation was persisting, on which areas it was persisting, so that the people working on the ground can be shifted accordingly to those areas which require more attention, where the water was persisting for more than 3 or 4 days. So such kind of information was provided. And apart from that, one crowdsourcing portal was also developed on the request of the state government, and this to, so that the open source information can be uploaded onto this portal where there was damage. And accordingly the concerned authorities were able to take action. If some pole has fallen over here, so that information was brought from the ground, and authorities were given that access, and they could do the corrections or whatever they required. So Bhuvan is a very big portal. If you I cannot just go through that. It has a lot of information from the perspective of digital elevation model, from the land to thematic data. You can download satellite images. You can download. There are a number of tools. You can do watershed delineation of watersheds. You can do proximity analysis. So a lot of information is there, but I request you to explore that portal, and a lot of information for your particular field of interest will be available there. Then we have one more portal from the ISRO perspective, Meteorological Oceanographic Satellite Data Archival Center. It is also a storehouse for space-based weather and ocean data. You have a lot of products that are uploaded into this site and can be freely downloaded. These products are also available from the ISRO missions that are presently in operation, whether Kalpana 1, INSAT 3A, INSAT 3D Imager, INSAT 3D Sounder, Megatropics, Saral, all providing data for different kind of missions that they are planned for sea level, or for convective systems, or for giving the precipitation, humidity, temperature. And these products are used for weather research, forecast, model, or numerical weather predictions. So you can go to their web page. This is the web page where you can, if you go, there are forecasts, nowcasts, current events. So they provide a lot of very useful information is provided into their portal. So they provide experimental weather forecast at 5 kilometers for every 3 hours for the next 72 hours. You can go, you can get temperature, humidity, cloud, wind, rain. So all that can be accessed and seen. This is the today's from 5th March to 6th March. The image shows this is the latest that is put on their portal. You can also go for city specific weather. 3 hourly updates are there. You can just type the name of the city. I have taken Uttarakhand state and city Dehradun, and you can you will get the how the cloudiness is in the place. Like today, if I see 3rd March, it is very sunshine is there. There are no clouds. If I go to wind speed, it shows what will be the wind speed on the 3rd March at different times. There is no rain today, so the rain is almost, there is nil rain. Then temperatures, how the temperatures will be there in the different time periods, 5:30, 11:30, 7. So today maximum 29 degree it is showing in daytime. So that kind of forecast is there, for the from the city weather perspective. There are also experimental ocean state forecasts which are given at every 6 hours for next 5 days. You can see wave height, swell height, wind speed, sea level anomaly, sea surface current, sea surface salinity, sea surface temperature. So those who are from oceanic background, they find no different information for their relevance. And like sea surface temperature is very important, for the cyclogenesis process. So this is maybe very useful for those who are working on cyclone. So this is the forecast valid for 2nd March 2023. I have put, for this, it is there. It shows the temperatures around 29 degree in this particular southern this part of the sea. And these waters are relatively cooler on the Bay of Bengal side or on the other side. Then you have heavy rain forecast. There is also option to have heavy rain forecast. They give alerts for next 24 hours. Like for 3rd March, the alert is for Jammu and Kashmir. You have heavy rain at at Jammu and Kashmir side, or on the eastern side towards Sikkim side. You have, or towards Arunachal Pradesh, Kamang district. There is some scope of heavy rainfall. You can also go for, there are options for nowcast, heavy rain alerts, or cloud burst. That is for only Himalayan region. It gives nowcast. Or extreme events. You can go to the portal and see which sites there are possibilities of heavy rain alerts. So there are this blue cloud showers are given. You can see that and you can click on that to get more information. All automatic weather stations that ISRO has installed within the entire country. You can go to any automatic weather station and click and see what is the air temperature, humidity, soil moisture you can get for, and the name of the AWS, who is the owner of that, whether it is at IIRS or it is at Shillong with some other center or from RSCs you can get, and when that AWS was installed. In this Mosdek side, there is also option for cyclone track once cyclone starts developing. So this particular site provides a lot of useful information that is called satellite based cyclone observation and real time prediction over Indian Ocean Scorpio. So it is a web enabled system which provides the track as well as the storm expected storm surge height over that area. And there is one more, interesting. Recently, they have come up with a cyclone risk map based upon the historical data, whatever is, they have analyzed. So they have given the risk map for the entire Indian coast where there is more risk. You can go and, read more information about that wherever the cyclone risk is there. Landslide risk also they have created and put on the portal. Forest fire risk, you can go to population data. So because if you are getting you are getting the landslide or the cyclone risk, we are also interested in the population, so you can zoom and see each district wise population, what is the population of that district. You can integrate all, like I have for the coast of Andhra Pradesh, I have zoomed and the see you can see those the cyclone risk as well as the road, rail, airports, administrative boundaries, all that can be reversed, all can then be that can be superimposed, and you can have an integrated visualization. This is one of the one of the examples that I have tried to show. This is in Gujarat, where using time series of images, you can see how the things are changing. How the things are changing. Like here, due to the government watershed development program that is undertaken in parts of Gujarat, so a lot of greenery has come up. If you can see these images, if you see 1996, there is no reservoir over here. But if you as you go down to 2014 or 4, new reservoir starts construction, and in 2014 almost it shows that it is fully filled with water. And you can see also we have NDVI tools. And if you go to Vedas, there is one more portal of ISRO called Vedas, where you can click on that particular pixel and see how before and after the reservoir has come, how the index or the growth of the vigor has or the vegetation index has changed. You can see after this 2014-15, you are having a good NDVI, you are having a good support. This area is supporting a lot of vegetation as compared to earlier, when there were no crops or there was low NDVI in these places, because it was almost there was no water for irrigation. But after water is available, so there is a quite significant change. So these government schemes also can be monitored any part of the country by using such tools. This is a tool from where I have drawn NDVI. You can go to Vedas, is one of the portal by Space Application Center at Ahmedabad. It allows you to monitor and see the profile of the vegetation month wise, and also it gives prediction for the coming season. It also can predict based upon the vast information it has. It uses some kind of machine learning technique to predict what for each pixel how the NDVI will behave in coming months. So just one screen I have put. If you have these kind of open portals like Mosdek, you have from Indian Meteorological Department, you can have heavy rain forecast, which they provide from WRF or NWP model. From IMD, you can have cloud persistent using Inset 3D half-hourly images. From Center Water Commission, we can have water level forecasting. This it can help you to have a watch preparedness. Similarly, we can have for the cyclone also preparedness stage. We can have use Bhuvan, which provides historical inundation land use. We can use Modis Landsat to see whether any historic inundation was there. We can from Bhuvan portal we can get digital elevation model low-lying areas. Then at response stage we can download pre and post data from ESA. It's providing free of course this Sentinel-1 SAR images. From Bhuvan, we can take Carto DM for ortho rectification. We can use Snap tool and we can do our analysis. And you can use we can use Google Earth for visualization of flooding, or Bhuvan. We can use QGIS for area computation and map composition. And at the base, we can have OpenStreetMap base layers, and we can have the submerged roads or maroon settlements. So this is the entire in nutshell. Just an example how we can use it. Then there are one more portal is from ISRO side, that is called the National Database for Emergency Management, NDEM. It is also has very, it is a very rich portal which provides a lot of information on disasters, and the states, the state relief commissioners or the authorized persons are provided the credentials and they can access the data. It has a lot of data in terms of disaster that is generated from ISRO side, which can be accessed by the user. This is one of the portal that I was speaking, one book where we have put about 120 open portals, especially in context of disasters are provided. But this was more from the Northwest Himalayas. This chapter was brought out in this book, but these portals can be used for any part or other part also, and they are applicable to other areas also. And you can access, I think this is freely downloadable, and you can see that the URL of those portals, including the what content it is providing, that all can be accessed from here. So if I have just few minutes, I can just show you. Now I can just come to the portal. So I was just telling you about this GDAX portal initially to have alerts. So like here, some cyclone is developing. You can just see this Judy cyclone. It will take time. Machine will take some time. You can click on that and you can get a lot of information. So my machine is a little slow, but you can get a lot of information for this in terms of satellite, or see, you can get, they give a score. If red is, that means 2.5, it is a high intensity kind of, they are expecting what will be the wind, storm surge, rainfall, it has not come. Then which other countries that are exposed population, maximum wind speed, storm surge, vulnerability. So they all give this kind of information. And UNITAR, UNOSAT activation. So this international charter has been activated for this particular disaster. So slowly you will get more information. So they give some summary of the information. This track can be downloaded. Now maps have started coming because UNITAR is one of the agencies that supports UN, and they provide value-added products for any kind of disasters for those countries which are not able to do themselves. So Vanuatu is a small island, and maybe UNITAR is a mapping agency. It has come into picture and it has started mapping. And see, they have started producing maps. So these maps can also be downloaded as PDF and other formats. You can just and as this, it has summary. It can show you the impact. There are a number of tabs. It shows you how many population will be exposed. It shows 160,000 will be exposed to category 1. So it shows you day wise how much population will be exposed, what will be the sustained wind. So a lot of information in terms of, if you see in terms of only your cyclone, you can also get in terms of rainfall or precipitation or population density living in these areas. The storm surge, how much will be the height of the water in these areas. This can be seen. So a lot of information is there, and from the meteorological perspective, if any information is coming from that side, UMET side or other side, that is also gets uploaded into this particular portal. Weather forecast from different agencies link you can find. All that can come here. If you can, maps and reports, if any maps and reports have emerged of any country, has anything has been now available, so it will be made provided over here. So you can by date, by provider, by title, so all useful information that is being produced globally is can be seen at one single place. Media, anything is being reported by media, like social events, all headlines on this alert. Articles, 90 articles have been published till now. How many casualties? 0%. News articles per day. So all this, in a very concise manner, you are able to get, so even tweets, how many tweets are there, or what is the intensity of tweets day wise. So, you can have a whole perspective of scenario, especially for those who are trying to manage disasters. They need not wait or look for the products that they generate, but they can themselves go to these pages and, download. See, a lot of downloads are there, KML event, KMZ link. All this can be, accessed and provided. So I have opened only one link, because if I open all links, it will take a lot of time, So there are different portals which can be accessed, and I request you should all access. And depending upon your field of expertise, because most of you are, I think, from oceanic only, so you can access those kind of data sets. But you have a lot of options, like in ISRO Bhuvan, you can download DM, you can download land use, land cover, you can download geomorph. You can see those, some are downloadable, some you can analyze, some you can access as a WMS service. So that is what, from my side, I think I will conclude with that. And if any questions are there, you may type, or you can even put to my email. Thank you for your patient